Oi, Tsugikuni aqui para mais um episódio de Honkai Star Rail. E de onde paramos? Eu queria continuar aquela missão secundária antes de terminar. Aqui. Talvez eu não fique tão animado como costumado.
Looks like there's smoke rising in the distance. Miss Toquei sent us a side crane. See if you can get an aerial visual. This is an emergency. We need to find...
Depois de interagir com o Pirocompa, você pode começar a controlar remotamente. Um padival que permite que eles alcancem áreas que são incapazes para personagens. Os personagens permanecem em suas posições originais e envia centros de controle remotamente. Se tiver controle, você tem a opção de subir ou descer. Pode ser utilizado para realizar várias tarefas.
We found it. Looks like the pilot isn't inside. If they escaped before it came down, they should still be nearby.
Por aqui.
There. That must be who Miss Toquei asked us to save. We need to hurry. Those abominations have trapped her. Be careful.
Eu desço pra cá. Pera. É mais fácil de eu ler. Não, é por baixo.
Get out of here! It's too dangerous! Go get someone from the Skyfaring Commission. Tell them Qingni is in trouble.
Don't worry, Miss Qingni. We've been in worse danger.
Step aside. I have no interest in stupid cotton. Let's go.
I don't remember inviting you.
Rules made to be broken!
My turn. I'll fucking fit up. Right there, will I get more presents? You're annoying.
Clemency, never.
A tempestade de gelo.
There are too many monsters. Let's hold out for a little longer. The Cloud Knights should be here soon.
Just run! These monsters can't get up here anytime soon.
No can do, Miss Qingni. We're not abandoning you.
You two have held out long enough. Help is at hand. Cloud Knight, formation. Prepare to engage.
Hold on, Jing. I'll come to get you. I try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. Is what efficient. Let's go.
Look out. You have the worst luck running into me. Right there, but I can do it. Try that again. You're annoying. You can't run.
It's too late to stop me in. Let's make it quick. Step aside. I have no interest in switching confidence. Let's go.
My turn. With me out there, help me lose. I try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move. Try that again. You can't run.
Rules are ready to be broken. Let's change your rules. The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. Is what efficient.
The rest was no mistake.
Clemency, never time now.
I didn't know the Hellmaster of the Skyfaring Commission dealt with situations like this in person.
Indeed. I should be reviewing files in the Palace of Astrum. However, Qingni decided to put herself in danger and trouble our esteemed guests with her safety. As her mother, I couldn't sit idly by.
Mãe?
Qingni, have you thanked your benefactors yet?
Thank you, benefactors.
No need, Miss Qingni. It was nothing.
You Astral Express trailblazers have outstanding manners, but your allegories are a little odd. It was because of both of you that Qingni escaped unscathed. Words cannot express my gratitude. In fact, by way of thanks, I'd like to invite you to the Palace of Astrum for tea. It is about time we knew each other better.
The feeling is mutual, Lady Yukong. We would be honored.
Then, for now, I will excuse myself. Qingni's irresponsible actions caused much trouble for the two of you. Allow me to apologize.
You always do this, Mother. Scold me before figuring out what actually happened. It was a dire situation. I was the only one who could...
You promised me, Qingni. We shall discuss this when we return. Please excuse us, benefactors. I look forward to our meeting.
Relações de pai e mãe nunca mudam com os filhos, não importa a idade. Lado de mãe com chinelo na
You
mão.
have a unique way of putting things. But you're not wrong. Appearances seemingly tell us little about the lives of the Xianzhou's leaders, no matter how long those lives may have been. Yukong's inner worries and concerns came to the surface in the presence of her daughter. Only then was it clear that she, too, is somebody's mother.
Tô sentindo uma identificação aí, senhor.
Yes. After all, I know what it's like to worry over a kid's homework and whether their lunch is healthy enough. But there's something I don't understand. Yes, Qingni piloted a star skiff without permission and put herself in danger, but she meant well. Nevertheless, Yukong's reaction suggests that there was something more. Anyway, let's head over to the Palace of Astrum. Best not to keep Yukong waiting. No, but we've been invited. We certainly don't want to be late. All right, let's head out before it gets late.
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's my life! You know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Luofu's best pilot, just like you were.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped by abominations? Did you at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened to you? Do you know how many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, you've broken your promise to me.
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending papers. That job, I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test. They all said I was a genius, like you. Like mother, like daughter. They were all jealous of me. But no one even knew I had to take the test behind your back. You would never have allowed me to go if I told you about it.
Behind my back? Do you really think you could have walked into the test and sat in the cockpit if I hadn't given my permission behind the scenes? As for genius, don't mention that word to me again. Why do you insist on becoming a pilot? Don't understand.
And I don't understand why you don't understand. Why can anyone in the world become a fighter pilot except the Helmmaster's daughter? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is? You may not want to fly anymore, but don't trap me down here with you.
Ai, que discussão
Nick,
acalorada.
where are you going? I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Apologies, Madam Yukong. We should have given you some time.
On the contrary, I apologize for allowing my own personal matters to encroach on your time.
We don't intend to pry into private business, Helmmaster Yukong. But if there's anything we can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Family issues, I'm afraid. You probably heard a thing or two just now. Despite my earnest wish that she continue in her post, Qingni is fixated on becoming a fighter pilot. I may seem overbearing, but the situation she gets herself into sent a shiver up my tail. It's funny, isn't it? I've seen every disaster imaginable, from the abundance axis to a living planet. But when I fought alongside you, I realized there are still things that can terrify me. I invited you here to gain a better understanding of the Express. Not bore you with these trivialities. Oh, I prepared refreshments for you. Please, you must try this excellent whale tide spring. Please accept these gifts as thanks for saving my daughter. I'd heard that the Nameless had traversed the Starry Sea, but I wasn't prepared for how much I could learn from you.
Well, I'd heard from members of the Skyfaring Commission that you were a top-tier pilot, Madam Yukong, and an ace among the Cloud Knights. Now that I've seen you in action, I know the rumors were true. I hope to witness your flying ability for myself one day. We'll head off now. The Commission must be busy. I look forward to our next meeting, Madam Yukong.
On my flying ability, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, Mr. Yang. The sky no longer suits me.
You two, please, wait! Thank you for saving me, benefactors. And I'm sorry you had to witness all that. So you've experienced it yourself, benefactor. That's great. I mean, I'm happy I finally found someone who can understand me. But I've had the hairpin ceremony. I'm an adult now. I have the right to pursue my dreams. Mom still insists on sheltering me under her wing, as if I can't even stay alive without her.
Miss Qingni, these are family matters. I'm not sure it's my place to comment. However, in my personal experience, becoming a parent often means we become obstinate. To erode a rock, one must be patient and persistent, like water. What I mean to say is, instead of trying to prove yourself suddenly, perhaps you could demonstrate your ability to look after yourself methodically over time, don't you think?
My mom is actually a reasonable person, but she gets unreasonable as soon as I mention flying. She hid my Starskiff toys, dragged me away from the port when I stayed behind to count ships, forced me to study for ages. I did everything I could to work my way into the Skyfaring Commission. But she used her authority to assign me a desk job. Every time I walk along Star Watcher Avenue and look up at those ships flying freely across the sky. Speaking of empty inside, so how were Mom's refreshments? I've been so angry today I forgot to eat anything. How about this? My mom thanked you guys with refreshments, so I should do the same. Let me take you around Starskiff Haven. We can try the most authentic snack on the Lafu.
How long have we been dating?
We're here! The thing about the most authentic snack on the Cienjo Lafu is it's a drink, and it's inside this vending machine. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have the money for anything fancy. Here, Mung Bean Soda. 1 can each. This thing has a bit of a unique flavor, but I love it.
Let me try. A nostalgic experience.
Oh, is there a drink like this where you're from?
No, this reminds me of when I first boarded the Express and forced myself to drink Himiko's coffee. And how my taste buds never fully recovered.
How is it? Bearable? Whoa! I've never met a traveler who could down a mung bean soda like that. But I guess not everyone can accept what I like. Just like, well, don't force yourself. Let's go somewhere else. Ooh, I know a really great place in Starskiff Haven to Starskiff watch. How long have we been dating?
What a different experience looking back.
You know, there are a lot of mung bean soda moments in life. If you don't try, you won't know. Unique experiences are often a product of risky choices.
Tell that to my mom. Her #1 life lesson is, you can't turn back once you enter the sky. Pilots are always dancing with death. I know she's right. I know being a fighter pilot is an exhausting and dangerous job. But I still want to fly among the stars.
Why are you so dedicated to that idea, Miss Chingni?
Have you heard of the Foxian birth fate tradition? Soon after a child is born, we surround them with items that represent future destinies. If the child reaches for a jade abacus, then they'll grow up to be a diviner. If they reach for a sword, then they'll grow up to be a famous warrior. And if they reach for a toy star skiff, that's right. Mom reached for the star skiff and showed a natural talent for flying. General Jing Yuan recruited her to the Cloud Knights as soon as she was old enough. Later, she achieved miracles. One time, she destroyed 3 beast ships in a hail of Barisan anti-aircraft fire, like an arrow tearing through a thunderstorm. She also holds the Skyfaring Commission records for speed and enemy vessels destroyed. I'm proud to be Madame Yupeng's daughter. I've wanted to become a legend like her for as long as I can remember.
I can imagine. A parent is often a child's first hero, and their image can influence their whole life.
She never told me any of those stories herself. And she hasn't piloted a star skiff since the 3rd Denizens of Abundance War. She doesn't even bring up her military achievements. I used to watch her fly when I was young. Then one time, I stole a star skiff and I tried all kinds of difficult maneuvers. Turns out I was as talented as she was. Not only did I survive the flight, my landing was perfect. I remember feeling so happy when they took me to see my mom. There I was boasting about the flight, expecting her to laugh, pat my head, say, "That's my girl," or something. But boy, I've never seen her so scary. I admit, I deserve to be punished. You can't let a kid get away with stealing a star skiff. But my mom was angry about more than that. She was angry because I viewed her as a role model. Because I had the same talent as her.
Parents never want their children to be in danger. I think I can understand, Madam Yukong.
But flying is the only thing I want to do. I've already... It's Mom's secretary, Miss Sequay. She just sent me a message. Mom lost one of her trinkets in Stargazer Navalia when she came to save me. Miss Sequay suggested I find the trinket and return it to Mom. Said it might help me get back in her good books.
In Stargazer Navalia? Let's go with you and have a look.
Is it really okay to bother you two again? Sorry. Please don't mention the mung bean soda again. The fight with the abominations was pretty chaotic. I think Mom's trinket would have dropped around here.
Do you know what it looks like, Miss Qingni?
Let me think. It should be a little square thing.
This is your area of expertise. You're a great fighter, but your perception is even more impressive. No matter how well a treasure chest is hidden, you're always able to spot it.
É que eu sou viciada em baú. Eu sou viciada em baú que nem a frira.
So, when it comes to finding a needle in a haystack, is there really anyone more capable than yourself?
Come on, are you kidding? It's a trinket, remember? You think my mom would carry this with her?
It's a beautiful vase, though. What an intricate pattern. Isn't that the divine beast fortune pattern?
You're so smart, Mr. Yang.
Well, I only recently found out about it.
Cage. Huh. That reminds me. Have you guys heard of the birds that live in the Everhunt Plains? They have beautiful feathers, but you can't domesticate them. They don't live long if you lock them in a cage. Makes sense. How could a bird that's known the sky live in a cage? Mom always carries this trinket around with her, but I never realized there was something inside. Is this the hunt crest? This is what pilots hang in their starskiff cockpits for good luck.
It must be very close to Helmmaster Yukong's heart. Let's head back, Miss Qingni. I think you should return this trinket in person. This is...
Not yet. I want to go back later. There's something I hope you two can help me with first.
If you want us to help you persuade your mother, I'm afraid that could be difficult. It's not easy to solve a family dispute.
No, you misunderstand. I just want to know what she's thinking. What turned an ace pilot, someone who loved to fly, into someone like her? My mom clearly misses her flying days, otherwise she wouldn't keep this on her person. But she doesn't fly anymore and refuses to let me become a fighter pilot. Why?
Maybe we can ask some people who might know the truth. If the Helmmaster herself is reluctant to talk about it, then the Skyfaring Commission staff would be even less likely, even if they know the truth. He promoted Helmmaster Yukong himself. He probably knows more about her past than anyone.
General Jin Yuan? Are you sure it's okay to go straight to him? Oh, right. You're the General's guests. Even...
No problem. If we can get to the bottom of why Helmmaster Yukong no longer flies, we might be able to find out why she doesn't want you to be a fighter. We can't help you too directly, but an indirect conversation like this might give us a clue on how to convince your mother. Yes, leave it to us.
In that case, thank you so much, benefactors. I'll head back to Starskip Haven. I'm not ready to return.
Is that all?
Mr. Yang, and you?
What? It's nothing urgent. We were hoping to understand Helmmaster Yukong a little better.
Yukong? I heard an office worker from the Skyfaring Commission flew a star skiff to assist in the present crisis, but ran into trouble herself. She was only saved thanks to a couple of travelers. On behalf of the Law Fu, you have my thanks once again. The seat of divine foresight heard that Yukong seldom seen, but often fierce temper was on display. I believe the two of you were caught between mother and daughter.
We heard that Helmmaster Yukong was an outstanding pilot, but that she refuses to let her daughter embark on the same career.
Yukong herself is best placed to answer such questions. But naturally, you are here because you fear that Helmmaster Yukong would decline to answer. If you wish to dispel Miss Qingni's curiosity, perhaps we can take a small step back from the topic at hand. What do you wish to know about Yukong the pilot? This is a divine object from the Rainbow Arbiter. Where did you find this?
This object has been stored inside Helmmaster Yukong's personal trinket all along. Miss Qingni lent it to us. She thought it might be a way to find out more about Yukong's past and why she no longer flies.
This object is no ordinary trinket. It has borne witness to blood. And I'm sure you're both familiar with the Xianzhou's long galactic hunt. But have you heard of the denizens of Abundance Wars? As the Xianzhou has continued to cleanse the universe of immortal abominations, so too as the Abundance Axis succeeded in breaching our defensive lines. 30 years ago, the Xianzhou Yaoqing and Fenghu were besieged by our enemies. Even in the long history of warfare between the Xianzhou Alliance and the denizens of Abundance, that era we were greatly outnumbered by the abominations of Abundance. Almost 1 million fighter pilots fought in the bitter battle. Those who survived numbered no more than 100,000. Had the Rainbow Arbiter not descended and destroyed the enemy's assault with their sky-shattering Lux Arrow, who's to say whether the Luofu would still be here today? Such divine objects were forged from the embers that the Arbiter's divine arrow left behind. For the survivors, these relics contain the blood of their comrades, the ashes of their enemies. Yukong is a survivor of that war. Her best friend, Tsai, perished on the battlefield.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, General.
I do not wish to speculate on the reason behind Helmmaster Yukong's reluctance to fly, nor do I want to open up old wounds. However, it is difficult to discard one's past. Yukong and Tsai trusted each other with their lives. Perhaps it is not my place to say, but I believe Qingni has the right to know about the past, as the past is starting to affect her future.
Thank you, General. We apologize for taking up your time with such triviality.
Mr. Yang, you jest. How can harmony between parent and child constitute a triviality? If you ask me, the mountains of documents and the seat of divine foresight are the only triviality around here.
We'll take our leave. Let's go. We should head to Starskiff Haven and find Qingni.
Oh, you're here. My mom isn't in a great mood. She went for a walk. Probably because of me.
You two are very similar.
Well, we do both like to take a walk after a fight. The only difference is that I come to this side of Starskiff Haven and she heads to the other. That way? Yeah, I agree. Anyway, did you find anything out from General Jing Yuan?
Did Helmmaster Yukong never bring this up with you?
I was always curious about her past, but she either dodged my questions or pretended not to hear them. In the end, I realized she probably experienced something that left a scar that never fully healed. I never asked her again.
Indeed. That's probably why Yukong was never willing to fly again after the battle, and why she forbids you from flying.
So she doesn't want me to fly because she remembers the pain of losing her friend. And she thinks that my talent makes it more likely that she'll lose me in the same way?
I can't guarantee that's what she's thinking, Miss Qingni. You should...
You're right, Mr. Yang. But I still have something else to check first. This past that General Jing Yuan mentioned is probably archived in the Palace of Astrum. I remember watching her handle a document with great care before she filed it away. It looked like a diary.
Do you still remember where it was filed, Miss Qingni?
Vaguely. But there are so many files stored in the Skyfaring Commission. could I ask you benefactors to look for it with me?
A couple of Outworlders going through Skyfaring Commission files isn't a good look. I'm afraid we can only accompany you, Miss Qingni.
Of course. You're right. Sorry.
Oh, can I help you? I know what it looks like, but I'm using Celestial Jade to improve the algorithm.
Sorry. We'll get going.
Mr. Yang Ming is a stickler for rules. I don't want to annoy him. Let's go to a different device. We can use this one. Okay. Let me see. Helm Master's personal art. It should be here. Let's see. Yes! This is Mom's diary!
Miss Qingni, I don't think the two of us should be reading your mother's diary.
It should be fine. This is from decades ago. For you travelers, that's more than half a lifespan.
No, I still think I shouldn't read it. You stay here with Miss Qingni. I'll be...
Fine. Is it really that big of a deal? I'm sure they're just her notes on life as a pilot. I understand. I can tell Mr. Yang is a principled person. There are some lines he won't cross. Let's read it together. Maybe her diary holds the key to all of this.
Olha, eu vou passar tudo rapidinho. E quem quiser ler é só pausar o vídeo depois.
What is the meaning of this? The Helm Master's daughter bringing Outworlders. What do you have in your hands? Let me see. Madame Yukong's diary? How dare you read Madame Yukong's personal diary? And with her daughter, too. By the Arbiter, you two are...
Mr. Yang Min, please, calm down. Let us explain.
I see. Qingni, I know Madame Yukong's position on you becoming a pilot is tough for you to accept, but she has her own concerns.
I understand, Mr. Yang Ming. But now, compared to becoming a fighter pilot, I'm more interested in knowing what my mom went through. I want to know what happened, how she went from ace pilot to helm master.
I've been here for a long time, Qingmi. If there's something you wish to know, just ask. But don't go rummaging around. That's a bad habit. No, this isn't something I should read. Don't show it to me. She won't, but I have my principles. Just ask some other questions, ones I can answer. Miss Tsai, I remember her. She was an ace gunner. Many people wanted to be her flight partner. Her husband, Mr. Guan Yuan, was a pilot. They manned the same skiff and were the envy of many. But when it came to pilots, your mother was the best match for her. They flew together all the time. Even Mr. Guanyan couldn't match their numbers. Well, after he passed away in battle, Tsai rarely teamed up with anyone except your mother. It was tragic when Tsai died soon after. That's the life of a pilot. No one knows which flight will be their last. Tsai's death was a big blow to Madame Yukong. After the battle, she refused to turn in Tsai's possessions as per regulations. She kept them locked away, occasionally taking... Nonsense. As a Xianzhou native, I've lived long enough to remember more than the Foxian pilots could ever hope to. In the end, all the ace pilots perished. The only thing I can do is to remember them and ensure...
Where are Miss Tsai's possessions stored? Thanks for telling us all this, Mr. Yang Ming.
You're welcome. I know this is important to you. I suppose you're going to go through Madame Yukong's office desk next. I can understand your position, Qingmi. I'll take my leave and pretend I didn't see anything. After all, it's an unwritten rule that subordinates should be absent when their superior's privacy is exposed. Please don't tell your mother that you saw me today.
Got it.
Hurry. Madame Yukong will be back soon.
My mom keeps lots of stuff in her desk. Let's have a look. That's the selling point of this desk. Super simplistic design with super spacious hidden compartments. Lots of office staff use this desk. There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. A paper kite, personal letters, and a copy of Otherworldly Delights? So Mom likes these kinds of novels? Huh, but what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. There's some exhibition material, not sure if it's relevant. This is the Fallen Heroes Archive. Every time our pilots return from the battlefield, my mother would tell me never to forget the cost of victory. But what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. Which one should we check first? Got it. This looks similar to Mom's diary, but it looks like it belonged to Miss Tsai.
Coisa.
So, I was adopted in this Miss Sai was my real mother.
Eu já senti que era algo parecido a
I
isso.
suppose I've always had a feeling. But now I know the truth. I feel like I'm dreaming. Don't let that child touch the sky. Is this why Mom refuses to let me become a fighter pilot? For a pilot, the most important oath before departure is the promise to bring your comrade back. Mom didn't manage to bring her comrade back. So she vowed to prevent me from setting out. Not only am I her daughter, I'm also her final promise to Tsai. I never thought my dream would put Mom in such a difficult situation. I feel a lot closer to Mom after reading this diary. Even if we're not connected by blood. I understand. Can you come with me one more time? I want to have a proper chat with Mom. Thank you.
You're all done? Did it go smoothly? I see. Let's find Helmmaster Yukong. We're here to help, but he and I really shouldn't interject when you're conversing.
It's okay.
Take caution.
Mom?
Qingni, why are Mr. Yang and they here too?
Miss Qingni kindly agreed to show us around Starskiff Haven. She mentioned she was trying to mend things between you, but was feeling shy about it.
Thank you. I must apologize for the trouble my daughter has brought you.
Mom!
All right, it's getting late. Let's talk once we're home.
Actually, I want to talk to you about something right now. I want to become a fighter pilot, no matter what.
We've talked about this many times. No means no.
But
Seems like Miss Qingni is a little hesitant. Try giving her a little push.
I thought Mr. Yang said we shouldn't interject. What should I say?
Is that Sai's diary? How did you... I understand now. I'm sorry, Qingni. I cannot support your dream because I made a promise to someone else. I don't expect to gain your forgiveness. I just hope you can understand my reason.
Mom, what are you talking about? I'm your daughter. Our bond is bigger than forgiveness and reason.
Just like you, I once longed for the sky. I know what it feels like to fly through infinite space, to be surrounded by the vast expanse of nothingness, to float like a single leaf in the fathomless stellar sea. Some called it loneliness. We called it freedom. Sai was like that too. We're friends since childhood. We flew star skiffs everywhere. causing trouble until the knights caught us and dragged us before General Jingyuan. We soon became the most elite fighter pilots of the Skyfaring Commission. It wasn't an easy life. You could even say it was a cruel one. You never knew if the friend next to you would make it back alive. Of course, the same could be said of yourself. But those are my best memories. We would strike out into the sky, repelling demons and upholding justice. The blood we shed bore witness to it all. The life of a Foxian is short and fleeting. Surely we should dedicate ourselves to such glorious aims. System space all clear today. Great weather for flying.
Olha, ela é igualzinha. Olha, é igualzinha a filha.
We're engaging the main Borisan fleet this time. Don't get too excited.
Huh? Sounds like maternity leave knocked the wind out of your sails. Feeling rusty?
Oh, shut it. I think you're just excited because you haven't flown with me for so long. Did you miss me?
Of course I missed you. The galaxy felt smaller without you in my cockpit. Say, Sai, really didn't think you'd come back. Really like flying star skiffs that much?
You bet. Sure, it's exhausting, dangerous, low paid, but given the choice, I guess I already touched the sky.
Mind is mysterious. I've lived for more than 200 years. Forgotten nearly every conversation I've ever had. But I still remember us shooting the breeze that day. It was the last time I spoke to Sai. Sai? Hold on, Sai. Sai, open your eyes.
Thank you. You go. I've had a good life. But
Sai, she's your daughter. You'll be able to tell her yourself, do you hear? Rescue's almost here. Stay with me. Jingni is waiting for you. She lost Guang Yan. She can't afford to lose you too. Wake up! Sai! 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 I climbed out of the burning carcass of the star skiff. I looked up into a clear sky, pure and seemingly unadorned by the atmosphere that arced far above us. It was the most beautiful sky I had ever seen. All I could feel was unbearable pain. I sunk to the ground and gazed up helplessly. In my dream, that was the day I died.
Mom, this is the first time I've heard you talk about this. But I'm not a little girl anymore. The road of a fighter pilot is a cruel one, but I won't hide from it. I'm not afraid to walk the same road as her. If my sacrifice can bring happiness to the citizens of the Xianzhou, then I'm ready for it.
You are so very similar to Tsai. The more outstanding you became over the years, the more fearful I turned. I've known for a long time you were ready. No, cruelty has never claimed victory. Me, Sai, your father Guang Yan. We were prepared for the worst when we enlisted. Do you know how we won that war? The war that took away Sai and the lives of hundreds of thousands of fighters.
The Rainbow Arbiter's Divine Arrow.
Yes, the The mighty blessing of the Rainbow Arbiter annihilated all abominations in a single strike. We had to pay with the blood of hundreds of thousands of soldiers just to halt their advance. If crushing our enemies was as easy as breathing for the Rainbow Arbiter, then what purpose did our sacrifices serve? Under the might of an eon, the sacrifices of ordinary creatures are but a joke. We are nothing. We mean nothing.
Mom.
But I never should have allowed my fears to compel me to make decisions for another person. Even if that person is my daughter, I brazenly interfered with your choices. I am sorry.
Mom, you don't need to apologize. Really, you don't need to.
I'll take you to fill in the paperwork tomorrow. You'll start as ground crew, just like Tsai and I did. I believe that one day, you'll make an outstanding fighter pilot.
Huh? Really? Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
I was afraid of you following in my footsteps. And more afraid of you taking after Tsai. If this is your choice, then I'm willing to support you. Even if you live to regret it.
Mom, I have one last request.
Tell me.
I want to fly with you at least once.
I'm afraid I can't. I won't be flying anymore.
But why?
Because I already touched the sky.
Some people may try to blend in and infiltrate.
Legal! Olha, falando sobre esse tipo de coisa, eu posso entender direito, porque a mãe, desculpa, o nome dela é um pouco complicado para se lembrar, a temia. Na verdade, isso é muito comum para pessoas, porque os filhos se alistaram no ingresso, se tiveram que viver em guerras. Porque essa experiência da guerra pode ser muito traumática e você pode perder muitas pessoas. Eu diria que eu tenho. E algumas pessoas ficariam orgulhosas por seus entes queridos se alistarem, mas sim, essa guerra não é ela tão parece tão boa. Na verdade, pode ser bem traumática para as pessoas. Pois. Mas é onde você também expressa o melhor que você pode ser pelas pessoas. Tipo Desmond Doss. Se alguém que você já não falar, eu diria que você, para aprender mais sobre ele, você tem que assistir até o último homem. Resumindo, ele era um soldado que não usava armas, mas salvou de ter 75 soldados durante a Segunda Guerra Mundial no Cume no Japão. E ele até ganhou uma medalha por isso. Mas como ele disse, os verdadeiros heróis são aqueles que estavam enterrados. Eu diria que ele foi um grande homem, em que mostrou o melhor que podia ser. Mesmo sendo apenas um homem, ele salvou tantas vidas. E ele merece todo o respeito que tem. Na verdade, muitas pessoas que participam da guerra merecem o respeito que tem. Pena que não se ganha muito dinheiro, porque muitas pessoas voltam traumatizadas dessas experiências. Mas fazer o quê? Nosso governo não é muito boa de qualidade. Não adianta essas coisas. Ah, tô adivinhando. Falando muito. Tô voltando para os jogos. Vamos lá, só quis expressar o que eu considerava correto.
I'm in active pursuit of a few. If anyone finds this trace. Ah, so it's a recording device. You can't disqualify him, Jenna. We're not that old. Given everything that's.
Where exactly are we headed, young man?
To the docks. Don't worry, you'll be safe. So, are you from one of the other Xianzhou ships? The Yaoqiang? The Fanghu?
I'm from the Sangcheng.
The Sangcheng? There's a ship called the Sangcheng? Why haven't I heard of it? Miss Jingliu, how long has it been since you last set foot on the Luofu?
Are you always this talkative?
Just making conversation. I wanted you to know I was still here. Let's get going, miss. Careful. Take your time.
Where do we go from here?
Shh, quiet. We've got trouble to deal with first. Wait here a moment, miss. I'll be right back. Yeah!
My turn. Watch this.
Where did these guys come from? Huh, the general was right. There's a threat lurking on the Xianzhou itself.
You are quite the sword master, young man.
You saw that?
I heard it. A sword whistles through the air and rings out upon contacting the enemy. Whilst invisible to the eye, such signals reveal the quality of one's swordplay. As a musician listens to the notes of a song, so a poet listens to its rhyme. And in the flow of combat, a skilled swordmaster delivers both with their blade. I'll wager the Cloud Knights capable of wielding 6 flying swords at a time.
Thanks, miss.
However, your zealousness inhibits your ability to hide your line of attack.
Huh?
Which causes your sword's song to become somewhat mumbled at the end.
I guess the connection between music and swordplay is real after all. The general told me something similar. He said my swordplay was too proud and angular. He said it lacked the maturity required to win the title of Sword Champion.
Sword Champion. If I recall correctly, that title is bestowed on one who reaches the pinnacle of swordsmanship in the Cloud Knights. But that...
Right! Ever since the sedition of Imbibitor Lunae, the title of Sword Champion has gone unclaimed. But once everything settles down and the combat art ceremony returns, it's a title I'm determined to win.
The Cloud Knights have many martial arts traditions. Who was it that instructed you in swordplay, young man?
I see you're no stranger to the art. I won't keep you in suspense. My master is none other than General Jing Yuan of the Luofu.
General.
I know you haven't visited for a long time, but surely you've heard of General Jing Yuan. He says he has no affinity with the sword. that his skills are getting rusty. Well, if that's true, I never noticed from his training. All right, the coast is clear. Let's keep moving.
Opa, lá dentro.
The Starskip voyage log can be accessed through the dock navigator array. Yeah!
Esse eu conheço. Já peguei o jeito da coisa nesses aqui.
Active star skiff, there! This one goes past the Divination Commission and the Artisanship Commission.
Mesma coisa, o vídeo tá ficando longo.
Well, my work here is finished. Now to make sure you get to a safe destination.
Given the present circumstances, Cloud Knight Garrison probably isn't a safe destination.
Correct. So we're not going there. I'm taking you to the Shackling prison. Safe, well-guarded, plenty of food, and a place to sleep.
Young man, if you wish to apprehend someone, shouldn't you have a reason?
Suspicious behavior and half-truths. Those alone are reason enough. You think you can fool me just because I'm a child? A sealed-off port with a stranded passenger? Unlikely. Not to mention you walking the whole way here without so much as a stumble. You can see as well as I can. The biggest giveaway was your comment about my swordplay. Correctly guessing the number of swords from the sound alone? You'd have to be more than human. You're not blind at all, are you?
I never claimed to be. You came up with that yourself. Fear not, young man. I hold no grievance against you, and have never held ill intent towards the Cienjo. The black veil covering my eyes is merely proof of my resolve to never look back. To never fall again into Mara and destruction. I came here to catch one person. It's quite fortunate that our paths have crossed.
The one you're looking for. Is it Blade?
He goes by Blade nowadays. A fitting name for someone who dedicated his mind and body to the ways of the sword. Take me to him, young man. You are no match for me, and therefore, no match for Blade either. Let me accompany you. There is no need to throw your life away.
We've not even drawn swords yet, and you declare yourself the winner? Let me offer you a word of advice. Don't underestimate me.
I was hoping to avoid a conflict with the Cloud Knights. Let's have ourselves a little contest. We can use the abominations that have infested the Lofu as target practice, and see whose sword can slay more and slay faster.
And if I win?
Then I will obediently follow you to the Shackling prison and receive whatever judgment awaits me there. Don't worry, I'll keep my end of the bargain. But if I win, you have to share Blade's whereabouts with me. Fair enough?
A Cloud Knight never gambles with official business. But in any case, you won't beat me.
I admire your confidence. But what was it you said earlier? About declaring a winner before swords were drawn? It would seem we've cleared every abomination from the area. Let's find another location and continue our contest. May the best swordmaster win. This place is brimming with Mara, the perfect environment for honing one's skills. Surely slaying abominations doesn't count as gambling with official business?
How do we tell who's won?
We go from here to the end of the path without leaving a speck of abomination behind us.
Deal.
Lead the way.
What if you're just using this as a chance to escape?
Jing Yuan trained you, all right.
Show me what you got. So, how many of my moves can you block?
Rules are made to be broken!
Where did she go? I didn't even see you overtake me.
Too slow, young man.
But how is that possible?
What kept you this time? You'll need to work harder. Otherwise, you won't even catch me in a star. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. A long time has passed since I wielded this sword. The heat of Come, young man. I'll let you finish up. I'll let you make 3 moves. Draw your sword. Don't you know it's rude to keep an elder waiting? Hesitant, weak. What happened to that confidence of yours? My turn. Once you draw your sword, you must strike down your adversary in one blow without turning back.
Strike with heart!
Yuan taught you how to slay abominations. But did he ever teach you how to deal with the Mara stroke? The answer is, there is no difference.
No!
Blade in flight! Swords descend!
Your final move was the only one that didn't disappoint.
I lost?
Our contest has not yet come to a conclusion. For I have yet to make my final move. And the unsheathing this sword without merit is to blaspheme the divine will of the Rainbow Arbiter and invite calamity.
You...
Even with your strength, if you were to cross paths with Blade, it would mean death for you. I can give you a more dignified end than dying at his hands. To die as a sword master, having witnessed the perfection of my technique. Refined. What say you to that, young man? You have courage.
I deflected it?
I'll take those records you found. That move was a token of my appreciation. We were fated to meet this day. And
this mysterious woman also wants to find the whereabouts of Blade. No matter what she wants to do with the fugitive, she must not be allowed to get to him first. I have to pick up the pace.
And that's the end? There's nothing else in the operations log? That Jing Liu seems pretty dangerous. The Stellaron crisis sure has attracted a lot of strange people to the Law Fu. Shouldn't we hand this over to Qing Yuan as soon as possible?
Without a doubt. This Jade Tracer belongs to Yangqing. I can't thank you enough. You already accessed the recordings?
He accidentally pressed a button.
No harm done. She was my mentor and my superior when I was a member of the Cloud Knights. However, she left the Xianzhou a long time ago. If you see her, be sure to keep your distance and notify me immediately. He took on the charge of pursuing a major criminal. It is not my place to impede him for fear of his well-being. That is the nature of the Cloud Knights and their duty. I do have confidence in him, though. Forgive me, but I cannot disclose this information. Thank you again for your help, friends from the Express. The situation remains unpredictable, so take care. I hope to be able to drink and talk freely with you once again, when everything is settled.
Eita, mais personagem novo pra jogar. Ué, não tá aqui? Peraí.
Nice.
Ou não. Que pena. Seria tão legal.
Nice.
A propósito dos novos personagens que você pode ter. É, aqui teve uma atualização. Não, peraí. Onde é que tem? Aqui. Legal. Eu deveria fazer um vídeo postar a teste como foi esse. Mas em outra hora. Agora o vídeo tá longo e se passar das as horas de o computador para de gravar. Obrigada por terem assistido aqui. Tem uma. Deixa o like, comenta e compartilha para mais episódios. Obrigada e tchau!